Hey everyone, welcome. I'm live with Pokemon Go. Today was probably one of the most big days I ever had. I was out at the Sioux Empire Fairgrounds tonight, or today, this evening, whatever. For those of you that follow the channel, we're gonna love this. We had a fair in town here, and it had a late start today because of the weather yesterday. Uh, really messed some stuff up. Uh, so they had to insure everything, make sure everything was fine and dandy. Um, I started out the day wondering why Eevees weren't spawning, and then I looked at my thing and I'm like, oh, it's not Eevee Day Evolution, it's next weekend. But I continued to do raid battles and battle gyms and stuff like that. Ended up getting around to, got my gyms up to silvers, a bunch of them. Went out to the fairgrounds because, like I said, I had a late start, and we got out there, and I had all the gyms red for the longest time. Then my phone started acting up. I don't know what the deal was. It could be because of the weather, because there was a ton of cloud cover. And so then my friend showed up, got to talking, and some of the other gyms started turning blue, and then some turned yellow, and then they went back to blue, and then they went to red. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. Then everybody wanted to go home because it was really humid. It was hot and humid today. And man, I'll tell you, it was something else. So I got my gold for the day, got my gold medal, got a new gold medal, and I got the last evolution I needed. So now to bring you up to speed, I got all the Pokemon I can possibly catch and evolve. That's taken care of, which was nice. Um, all I got left now is stuff I can get in raids or from eggs. So I moved on to the second phase of my challenge, and that's to get 1,000 candies for everything I can get. You know, um, so and I'm well on my way on a lot of them. Well on my way. Uh, the cool thing about the whole mess is the fact that as I'm catching the creatures, of course, to get the candies that I need for the 1,000, I'm also trying to push towards getting perfect for each creature. For those of you that follow my channel, know that that's my goal. And you know how I figured I only had so many. Well, it turns out I've got a lot more perfect creatures than I thought. And so I went through and I started liquidating some of the creatures. And I actually got a perfect Grimer and a perfect Muck. And I've got every one of the Aloha regions that were available. And I was like, wow, really amazed because it's like I didn't think I was going to get it all maxed out as fast as I already have. I thought it was going to take a lot longer. Um, but the still goal is for 1,000 candies for each creature, and that's going to be a huge challenge. Um, I've already started powering up my Mew, and it's at like 2,200. My Mew. Any rare candies I get, I've been dumping into Mew and powering him up. And I've just maxed out another three creatures all the way that were perfect. And my Beedrills actually started showing up in some of the raids I've been doing. The two Beedrills I have that are perfect. And I'm up to over 37,000 hours defending gyms, which is a lot of hours for anybody that wants to figure out how many days that is. Um, Gosh, I've been just dumping items after items after items, and I'm already maxed out at 2,000. And yeah, so I've got tons of raid passes that I've just been using to get towards that 1,000 goal for raids. And that's hasn't been an easy challenge for me because, with the limited time, it's not like I can battle every low level raid I find. I have to have the time to do it. I'm up to just under a silver on that. For those of you that follow that, that's 100 raid battles. And, oh wait, yeah, something like that. But anyway, so I got a little ways to go before I get the silver on that, and I'm going to be right on the gold, on my way to the gold. Um, Best friends, that's another difficult one. Depends on other people. Just like the legendary battles depended on other people, so does those best friend things. The closest one's like 60 some days out. 62, if I remember correctly. Um, it's just been phenomenal. Unfortunately, when it comes to that kind of thing, you're always depending on other players. So, at least with the getting gold gems, I can pretty much take care of that myself. Um, and I was happy just to get the gold that I needed for the gems today. That was pretty nice. And to level up a couple of the gems that I don't have a gold medal in yet. So yeah, I'm looking at another probably 7 that I can make gold within the next week or two, which will bring me up to over 50, which is not quite halfway. My goal is 70, so it'll definitely take me closer to that mark. Um, it's not bad. It's not bad. Could always be better. Um, Made some friends. Didn't put any of them on my friends list. I've been running into a problem with people not playing every day, even long enough to check their thing to collect something as simple as a gift. I mean, you send somebody a gift and they don't even log on to the system for like 3 or 4 days. That just sets you back because your thing won't change. Your best friend list won't change until they accept a gift and send you a gift. It's a two-way street. I mean, I could send them gifts till doomsday, but till they catch and send it back, it's kind of pointless. So if any of my friends are following the channel, at least accept your gifts so I can keep sending you gifts so I can move on. Um, the trading of Pokemon requires Stardust, and I have some of that to do it, but trying to find friends of mine that are on at the same time I am that want to trade because it costs me Stardust and costs them Stardust. Um, yeah, good luck with that. I've been getting Stardust on some of my gift bags, which I don't know if any of you are aware of, but that's one of the items you can get, which has been helpful in powering up some of my creatures. Um, I've got plenty of gold. Like I said, I paid to win that one time. Paid to play, and which has helped me out. Now the humming you hear in the background as I'm making this video is because we're under a flash flood warning till 5 a.m. and it's one of the sirens we got out in our area letting us know that there's a flash flood going on. Any of you that are familiar with our area, we had a tornado warning run through here. It already expired, and if you were to look outside, it's not raining anymore. It's not hailing. It expired at like 2 o'clock, so I decided, well, I'll go out and make a video now. Thunderstorms have pretty much moved through the area, and there hasn't been a ton of rain. still complete cloud cover. The moon's been blocked out by all the clouds. Can't see any stars. Completely cloudy. Um, Thunderstorm warnings have expired too, pretty much for this area. There's a couple that are still straggling through here, and we still have a chance to get more rain. But the flash flood, if any of you aren't familiar with that, consists of the fact that a lot of rains come down in a very short period of time. Either the grass can't soak it up enough, or our drainage system can't drain it off the road fast enough, or because some of the other areas are pretty low lying near rivers and things like that, the river has overrun its bank. Just because we got a certain amount doesn't mean that's the only thing running through our river. Uh, Further up north or wherever the water's coming from is just overflooding banks in certain areas. So, yeah, some of the roads are closed and the low-lying areas are closed. And that alarm you hear, sorry about having it go in the background, but it's Mother Nature. You know, you can't really decide what Mother Nature's going to do. Got another day tomorrow at the fairgrounds, and I'm going to try to get on some rides in that. And I don't know, I might play a little Pokemon Go, but not nearly as much as I did before. So the great thing about it is if I see any raids, I'm going to hit the raid battles. I try to keep up on that. I've got to try to push for that gold in that. That's big, huge, key thing. It's phenomenal, and I'd love to get my trades up to at least a silver, but trying to get people to trade it's pretty hard. Even with the lucky Pokemon thing and the cheaper Stardust, the better your thing gets. But nobody seems to be really into that kind of thing that I know. If you are into it, let me know in the description below. Leave a message. Personal message me if you have to, so nobody else sees it, or I'll try to call you or contact you in some way, shape, or form, and we can exchange information and decide when you want to trade Pokemon. Right now, I'm just sending my Pokemon to the Professor Willow. But yeah, I mean, sending it to him, getting candies, and that's all I'm doing. It's really not benefiting me at all, other than the candy aspect. It's not getting me any closer to any more gold medals. It's kind of become a waste of time. If I can send it to somebody and somebody can use something I got, that's great. If not, then they can just get rid of it, and that's their deal too. And this whole lucky Pokemon thing, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't really need a bunch of different creatures. I have 2 different kinds of executors that are simply amazing perfect, so. And I've got a couple, not Eevees, but Eevee evolutions that are perfect. And I'm looking forward to Eevee Day, because I'm really close to 1,000 candies already for Eevees. So with Eevee Day coming up next weekend, I'm going to get an opportunity to get that many more candies, that much more Stardust. And because the Stardust is like 2 or is it 3 times? Something like that. And it's going to be pretty sweet. I mean, I've got plenty of lure modules. I got plenty of incense. I've got plenty of lucky eggs. In fact, I'm not using lucky eggs, but I'm already well over 100 lucky eggs still sitting there. During Eevee Day, I might actually decide to run some lucky eggs which will be a drawback for me because that just means I have less time before I hit level 40. And so that's going to be kind of a drawback. That's actually part of the reason why I'm not battling so many different gyms either, because you get so much XP from beating creatures and defeating gyms. But in some cases, I kind of have to if I want to. If I want to get defending gyms time up there. The goal is to hit 40,000 hours defending gyms before level 40. And it's going to be tough. I'm going to have to be getting into a lot more gyms. I don't know if I'm going to hit the friends list by then, because it's only been like, 3 weeks. And I'm at over 1,200,000 into this 5 million mark. So there's a really good chance that I'm going to hit that 5 million mark before I get it within 70 days. And that's when I'm going to hit 2 friends, which is going to put me at a silver for it. It is within the next 70 days. 70 days, that's 2.5 months for anybody that's trying to keep track. Within the next 2.5 months, I'll probably already be at level 40. And so time is of the essence. Catching creatures, getting the candies, and but the friends, I don't know if that's going to be attainable. I really don't. That might be one of those goals I'll have to wait and do within so much XP of level 40. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to look down and just go gold medal, gold medal, gold medal, gold badge, gold badge. You know what I mean? And I've already done all the creatures. So the next step will be to get the legendaries, as many as possible. Which, if I was able to get into more legendary raid battles with more people, there again, depending on other people, it makes it very difficult. Anybody that plays any kind of role-playing games like this and knows, or any kind of co-op games, realize that it does depend on other people to succeed. You can't just go out solo it and expect to take on a legendary boss. I've tried that. And in some of the legendary bosses, I have had it down to the yellow, where if there was 2 more people of equal or just a little bit less or greater strength of creatures like I'm running, we probably could have 3 people taken down a legendary boss, no problem. But then again, myself and 2 other people. I don't have 2 other people that are about where I'm at. And I don't have 2 other people that have that kind of determination. I don't know of any 2 other people that will push to that point. Most of the other people that I do know that are at level 38 on up are for other teams. Only know one person that's level 40, that's Valor, and he doesn't battle anymore. He very rarely ever does legendary stuff. He had a group of people he always went out with, and he got all his legendaries, except for the last ones. I haven't talked to him since then. Don't know if he's gotten all of them or not, but which I'm sure he has. And he always traveled around with like 4 or 5 other people. So, and some of them were close to his level. Like 36, 37, 38. Some of them weren't. So. But then again, he has a lot of money, so he could always pay. In fact, he had a crap ton of gold, when I met him, he had a crap ton of gold that, he'd just drive around and go, oh, I'm going to throw into a gym. I'll take that gym down. And he would. He had legendary, so he just battled the heck out of it. Um, and that was part of his main group was just legendary creatures. Um, and that's what he used. Um, I don't know if legendary creatures are really any better when it comes to battling or not. Um, I've I've never battled against any of them directly, one on one. So, and they don't go in gyms. So you see one in a gym, you wouldn't know how easy they were to defeat. Um, I know what makes them difficult in the game is the fact they got such huge HP and defense. That's what makes them so hard in the game. But to actually have one and to play it, obviously you can't max it out to that 43,000 CP. There's a cap on it. It's not like you can take it back up to level 43 or CP of 43,000. Um, there's no way. Otherwise, you'd be able to take some of the Snorlaxes way the heck up there, and you can't do that. So, yeah, and you can't do the Machamps or the Champs or any of them. So, yeah, it's just one thing after another, um, and that's day by day. That's how we live. For those of you that follow me on my channel, thank you. For those of you that view my videos, thank you. And the main reason I'm doing this is for my family. So later on they can look back and say, hey, that's my dad, or hey, that's my granddad, or my grandpa. You know what I mean? This way there's a visual commentary, not just a picture. They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Um, how many pictures come from a video? You know, tomorrow I'll probably do some videos of the fair as I'm walking around and things like that. And then I'll be able to go like this, and you'll be able to see a lot of the fair, some of the rides, and some of the people I know that are on the rides, kids and that. That way you guys get more of an idea of what we have going on here. It's not a super huge, big fair. But you know what? Quality over quantity. That's what I always say. Quality. Going out together as a family, spending time together as family. Even if all the family doesn't want to stay together and they want to go do their own thing, at least we're together out. Spending time with the ones you love and you care about, even if it's just doing Pokemon Go, playing a card game, a video game. But if you're together as a family, it's irreplaceable because it's time well spent. It's time you'll never get back, and to me, that's more important and precious than anything else. That's why playing Pokemon Go is, hate to say it, but becomes secondary to everything else. Everything else takes priority. With taking people around, with work, seeing my family, all that takes it takes the back seat. Has to. When the wife wants to go do something, I'll turn on Pokemon Go, let it go, and then we'll go do something. If I get a chance or a moment to catch a creature or do something, I'll do it. But if not, well then, no big deal. I got credit for walking. Oh yeah, my miles walk is over 2,000 kilometers. So, which is a lot of miles. Putting a lot of that within a year and a half. So, and I'm over that. I'm done a lot more than that. But and then when they drive in places, anything under a certain speed will register, but not much. because most of the places in Sioux Falls that I go is over 30 miles an hour, and they won't register that, which is fine because usually my kids have the phone and they're the ones catching the creatures and doing stuff anyway. So I'm trying to keep the family together, doing stuff together, having fun together, and not being, you know, letting them become their own on their own. I'm trying to keep family involvement because to me that's the most important thing is family. But I suppose I should let you go. You're probably getting tired of listening to the whining in the back. And it looks like the moon's finally starting to peek out amongst the clouds. So I'll probably be calling it a night here, getting some sleep. And I wanted to check a couple more things before I went to bed. So you guys have a great rest of the day for some of you. For others, you just take care and have fun, all right? Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye for now.